Hey everybody, it's 13th Wolfman. You know what today is? Today is day... What is today? Day 9? Day 9 of the 31 Days of Horror. Before we get started, I'm going to ask you to like, subscribe, share, comment, ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I put something new up. And check out a few friends that are also doing this. You got I Am the Ice Lord. Tony has 9 fingers. The one and only MSJ, also known as Brother Max. Who else is it? Double Shot J, Moods, and let's talk about movies. That's actually a channel, not just me making a suggestion. Along with a few others. Let's get on with it. What's today's movie? Well, guess what today is? It's Italian Sunday. And one person I did forget to mention, Random Horror. The reason I mentioned him is because he asked me earlier this month, will there be Italian Sunday? I said yes. I missed the first Sunday because I was doing this thing where I did the first movie and the last movie of kind of a series, even though 2 of the 3 were just 2 movie series. I had the Train to Busan and Peninsula, so I did those. The first one was Train, and the second one was Peninsula. And then I did Scream and Scream 5, and then I did Wolf Cop and another Wolf Cop. I was in that kind of mood, and when I did that, I'd already hit Sunday, so I'm making up for it. There's going to be, I think this year there's 4 Italian Sundays. So today we're going to start off with Italian Sunday, The Girl in Room 2A. Love this movie. Always love this movie. This is one of the more straightforward. It is horror, but it's a whodunit horror. Kind of like Scream, you know. This young lady. We start the movie with this young lady being tortured, and we have no reason why. This person in a crimson mask and and kind of like a crimson bodysuit and a cape, you know, is torturing this young lady along with two I guess you'd call them sidekicks, bad guys, you know. And then she's dead. And we meet up with another woman getting out of jail. And she meets a woman that takes her to like what we would call a halfway house. You know, it's to help you get reestablished in the world after you get out of jail or prison. You got to spend a little time there and make sure that you know you're absorbing the world right. You know, you can deal with it. And so she's at Mrs. Grant's. It's not called this, but it's basically Mrs. Grant's halfway house, and she gets the room 2A. Weird characters live there. You know, Mrs. Grant has a son named Frank, and all of a sudden this guy out of nowhere shows up, and he's looking for his sister. And it turns out his sister was the blonde, the one at the very beginning. He doesn't know. Well, he does know she's dead, but he wants to know why. His sister would never commit suicide. She was a happy person. And so we got this big investigation as to what's going on with this house, what's going on with the room 2A. And that's about where I'm going to leave it at with you. I don't want to tell you too much about this movie because, well, this is a really cool movie to watch. I don't have the cover with me because, well, it's in the other room, but this is from Forgotten Gialli Volume 2 from Vinegar Syndrome. This was the specific reason I bought Forgotten Gialli Volume 2, is because this was put out years ago. I want to say back in the 2010s, somewhere around there. I think it was Synapse that put it out, and I missed out on it when they put it out. So when I saw that that Vinegar Syndrome was putting out Volume 2, and this was on there, I had to snag it right up, man. I had to own this because I remember watching The Girl in Room 2A when I was a kid. Now, the cool thing about this movie is that there are two cuts of the movie. There's the Italian cut, and there's the American cut. And what they did at Vinegar Syndrome are the people there, they've taken both cuts and meshed them and made the ultimate cut. So there's a few scenes, while you're watching this movie, there are a few scenes where if you're watching it English dubbed, and they even tell you this before the movie starts, that if you're watching the English dub version, there's a few scenes where it'll switch over to Italian. But it'll have, subtitles. But you're talking 3, maybe 4 scenes total, and maybe 2 minutes total out of the whole entire movie that you have to read. But it's not continuous. It's because I watched it with Italian and I watched it with the English dub, and all of a sudden, it's like there's a 10-second scene or 10 or 15 or 30-second scene where they're speaking Italian. It's like, oh, okay, and then it's back to English. So is it annoying? No. But honestly, for the people that don't like to read movies, what I'm getting at is that you can watch this movie with the English dub and only have to read that much of it, instead of that much of it, is what I'm getting at. I enjoyed this movie. I would give this movie a 3 1/4 chainsaws out of 4. I think it's a really good movie. I think it's worth checking out, whether you like Italian movies or not. Just the idea behind it, the story. So as always, like I said before, like, subscribe, share, comment. I love this movie. Check it out if you want. If not, I think you're missing out. But if not, I'm the 13th Wolfman, and I'm on the prowl.